What's up guys, this is Astranox. It's time for the showcase of Blaze Dingo aka Blingo in a cleave setup. On the same set of gear, I've showcased other cleavers like Bloodblade Karen, Arbiter Veljet, Faithless Litica after her buff. So Blaze Dingo, I really like this hero guys. This is one of my favorite hero in Epic 7, including Sid. These two heroes are so fun to use mechanically. Like, that is like crazy the type of stuff you're able to pull off. I have him on Rage crit set on Portrait of the Saviors. He's got exclusive equipment. One of them give him greater attack buff, guys. That's pretty big. 331% crit damage, over 3100 attack. Speed, don't care. Survivability wise, it's not so good. It's not so good. Effectiveness is wasted. Actually, with his self imprint, I have 2% crit chance. That's over the cap. And the imprint gives him 14.6% crit chance, so you can gear him accordingly. I could have higher stats if I tuned it, but I'm trying the same set of gear across different cleavers. We're going to be comparing the damage across these cleavers and see who deals better damage. Maybe you don't need as much damage, but you could use the utility of certain heroes. Look at this damage, and I love the cleanup process that Blaze Dingo provides. The skill 2 into the skill number 1, both of them can heal, and look at the damage. It is not top tier, it is not Bloodblade Karen level, but what level it is without the soul burn, without the greater attack buff on him, a normal attack buff of 50% seems to have him generate about Faithless Litica's S2 buffed up damage level, but actually kind of like a bit higher than that, right? But he doesn't even have greater attack buff. When he has greater attack buff, you can expect even higher numbers, right? You can use him as an attack buffer for your ally. You are actually making that ally invulnerable, which is huge. And when he Soulburn S3, he is invulnerable. It extends the duration of that invulnerability, and also he extends the great attack buff. Look at that. The damage is actually beautiful, guys. So, can Blaze Dingo be used effectively without insane level of gear? I would say that a lot of heroes, more heroes than you think, could be used as a cleaver, especially if you're running a different team composition. Like, I am not even running a Challenger Domino because it's just going to slow down my showcase. I prefer to have the 4th position flexible for a speed imprint, a Politis to cut the CR push of the enemy in half, or maybe another attack percentage imprint. I don't need crit chance buff with my set of gear. Look at that. This is Crimson Armin, guys. That was Crimson Armin. Yes, that was Crimson Armin, part of their team, reducing the damage they take tremendously, but still, it is not enough. The damage is tremendous. He's light element. He is not at disadvantage. This is huge over RGB heroes. Like, it's one less thing you have to think about. And as light, of course, you're going to be at elemental advantage versus dark, so you're getting some extra free damage. I believe it's 10% more damage. So everything adds up sometime. If you're trying to take out those pesky, meta, annoying hero like Apocalypse Ravi, man, like, she is so annoying, and it's beautiful to just slap her, right? And if someone survives, you got the S1 that follows. And if you took some damage, he's going to be healing with the S2, he's going to be healing with the S1, and the skill number 3 also heals quite a bit. You can use Blaze Dingo Blingo in PvE content as well as PvP. So in PvE, you could have him on Celestine, you could have him, you know, even on Water's Origin if you don't feel confident with his survivability. You could be using him in some pieces of content as your main healer, as well as, like, he's sort of like a hybrid damage dealer slash healer. And it's cool. It's really cool to do stuff like that. He has some morale setups in Raid that are actually pretty good. So you could check a morale calculator with your roster of heroes and, you know, figure out something that is fun. And Blaze Dingo, you know, you don't need to fully skill him up. The damage comes from the S2 and the S3. I believe the skill 3, you get some extra healing from extra skill ups, but the -1 turn cooldown is early on, and the extra healing, like 10% each, you can just do that never or in the future if you really enjoy using Blaze Dingo, right? So this is not a popular hero, this is not a meta hero by any mean, but, you know, as a free-to-play player, it's great to put your resources to good use on a hero that you can bring in multiple pieces of content. And when you got that flexibility of having a hero like Blaze Dingo assisting you in all sorts of situations, he could be a backup, a secondary, a 0.5, a half of a healer on top of dealing big damage. So, I mean, this shield that he puts, right, this invulnerability is such a big thing. You could be using him as a second cleaver, as a cleanup. You could be look at the damage. Oh my god, they have crowd, guys. Like, do you know how much damage reduction that provides for a team? Like, he's still dealing a lot of damage. And he had great attack buff from what I remember there. And it definitely helps. Great attack buff pushing his damage even further to another level. And you can just do some crazy plays with a hero like that, right? Now, his team imprint is attack percentage. So you could have him part of your cleave, let's say, as attack buffer with the imprint. You could have Warhorn on him, which I've done quite a few times in the past. You could be using him as your attack buffer for your main cleaver, your main damage dealer, while providing protection with the invulnerability shield, which protects himself and that ally versus like counter attacks and the stuff like that. There's teams that I've done in RT in the past. It was a mix of like stealth heroes with Blaze Dingo protecting someone else, and then the enemy is like forced to like kind of like attack the invulnerability hero, which like they couldn't do damage to because they couldn't remove the buff. And you can just do stuff like that, or force the enemy to just attack a very tanky hero of yours. So yeah, it's a ton of fun. And one of his EE actually provides cleansing, so dispelling, which is actually cool. So you can definitely do a lot of really nice stuff with Blaze Dingo. He gets defense on his EE, sadly, as a stat, but he could definitely use sometime the survivability, especially in PvE content. He's quite squishy, but you might want to like balance his stats so he can survive, but also dish nice damage out. Flat attack is actually your friend for Blaze Dingo. You got a flat attack main stats ring. You got like a piece of gear that has like big like crit damage, crit chance, flat attack, and like a fourth, substat like speed, or maybe just attack percentage, but it's low. He is actually going to put those pieces of gear to good use. Not in this particular case. I got a few substats with flat attack here, but I had a set of gear on Blaze Dingo before that I've showcased. You can go check out my Blaze Dingo showcase. Yeah, Hand of God, I think it was called in the title. And I have quite a few like flat attack on his gear, and he just ended up dealing so much damage. But now I'm trying to use the same piece of gear, rage set, and have the same type of team running different cleavers to compare their damage. I want to show you guys what type of numbers you can expect, and you can tune accordingly. If your gear is worse, then go with like the top cleaver like Bloodblade Karen, the Queen of Cleaving, Arbiter Veldred, pretty high multipliers, the Revive quite nice. But you want utilities, you got big damage on your gear, you got nice stats. You could go with like a Blaze Dingo, a Faithless Lidica, and it opens a lot of possibilities, and you can do some pretty crazy plays with combos like that. So let us know what you guys think about Blaze Dingo in the comment section. That's it for this one. I'm Astranox. Good luck with all you do. Peace out for now.